very first Monday Messy session on the Gentry YouTube channel. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. Now, as I mentioned last week, our theme for this week is the rainforest. And I did mention in the video last time what you need for this activity, but I'm just going to put it up on the screen now just so you can check that you've got everything that you need. So there you go. Okay, now I have got with me, I've got some twine, and I've got the string, and I've got some ribbon, and I've also found these lovely beads as well that you can get at Christmas time. Okay, and I just found some of those in my house, so I'm going to give those a go as well. Now what we're going to try and create here is a lovely branchy, viney piece of art, okay? Just because when I think of the rainforest, I always think of all of the vine and all of the branches hanging down. And that's what we're going to try and create here. So I've got my paint, I've got a green and yellow. You don't have to use green and yellow. I think green is probably quite a nice rainforest colour, so might be a good one to use. Any contrasting colour will work really, really well. So should we get started? I'm very excited to do this. So I'm going to start with yellow paint, and I'm just going to squeeze it all over my tray. Okay, so let's just squidge it. The more paint the better, in my opinion, to be honest. And I've also got my green paint as well, and I'm going to do the same here. Now I will stress at this point as well to use what you've got. What we don't want right now is for people to go and make purposeful journeys to go and get things for these activities. That's not the aim. Use what you've got at home. Now if you are happening to go to Tesco because you're doing your shop, and you think, oh, I'll get some string while I'm there, that's absolutely fine, but I don't want to advocate people making purposeful trips for these activities. That's not the aim of what we're trying to do. So I've got my paint, I've got my tray, it's all looking rather beautiful anyway. I know you're all thinking, oh God, my kid will be straight into that. If they are, don't worry about it, it's cool, let's just have a lovely time with it. So I've got my twine and my string and my ribbon and my beads. I've got some offcuts here as well that I've just made from it. And I am going to go straight in, I think, and use the string. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this into our tray. And you're going to mix it around in the tray. Now already that's created a really, really lovely effect on the string. Now what you want to do is just run it through your fingers like this, because it's just a really, really lovely tactile experience. And if you've got children with disabilities, that's going to be a really, really lovely sensory experience for them in their hands. Okay, I've just wrapped it around my fingers actually a few times, just to encourage the opening up of hands if you've got children with cerebral palsy who might struggle to release it. It's actually a really nice sensation to just wrap it round and just pull. And even if you kind of do a little bit of resistance with it as well, that's actually quite a nice sensation to kind of be pulled a bit as well, like that. So you're just going to run it through and feel the paint through your fingers and swirl it round, watching the effects. I'm actually really appreciating the visual effect of this already, so that's really good. And yeah, just have fun with it really. I would say with children to remember about processing time. And this is especially important for children with disabilities, because actually we underestimate how long it takes them to process A, what the activity is, and B, whether they want to engage with it. I sometimes get the best engagement from my children after a good 20 minutes or so. So just remember that as well, that it actually takes a long time to process what's happening, remember where their hands are, how to use their hands, all of those kind of things. So don't underestimate that, and don't assume that they're not going to be engaged with it because they haven't done it in the first 5 or even 10 minutes. You know, give them time. So this is actually really quite a slow activity to do with your children. Now I'm just like putting it up in the air like that, because that's actually quite a nice visual thing to be able to do. It's got a slime vibe about it, so if you've got any little boys out there that are kind of looking forward to doing some slimy stuff, that's actually quite a nice thing to be able to do. So I'm going to add in some twine now as well that I've got here. Now this is just again a different texture for you to kind of use with it. Again, even running it through my fingers like that, the resistance of that feels different to the string already, which is really, really nice. So mix it up, have some fun with it, wrap it around your fingers. This is a great fine motor activity as well, because we're encouraging not only tactile play and tactile experience, but we're actually encouraging children to open and close their hands as well, which is what you want. I'm flicking paint all over my house. I'm going to put the ribbon in as well, because again, it's another tactile experience. Now the ribbon's really, really lovely. as well, because it's really slimy, like super slimy. There's no resistance on that whatsoever when you're putting your hands through it. So if you've got children that have got quite a locked hand or whatever, you can literally just wrap it in their thumb like that and just pull it through, because it's actually a really calming experience. It's actually really nice. So you're going to mix it in as well. I'm rattling through this as well a little bit because obviously I haven't got a child with me, but you really want to slow down with this activity and get them to really notice all those sensations that you've got going on. So you're going to just mix it all up, create these lovely viney patterns in the paint. I possibly could have put a little bit more yellow paint in here, but hey, we live and learn. It's gone very green, my paint. So anyway, when you have finished that, what you want to just do is grab your card or your paper. I'm using black card because I think it's going to show up really well. And then you're just going to create an imprint, and that you can do on your own, grown-ups, if you want to just do it at the end, or you can do it with your child, it's up to you. But that's just going to capture all of your child's movement, so you've got a representation of all the ways that they moved it, because that's what we want. We want the independence, and we want them to have done it themselves as well. So once you think, okay, we've had enough maybe of that and we're ready for that, you can just grab your card. I'm very messy, so it's going on it already. I'm just going to move that around a little bit. There we go. And you're just going to make an imprint of it on the card. So I'm just going to push it down quite gently. You want to just see if you can try and get all of the bumps into it. That's it. I'm just going to press it down like that. And then once it's finished, you'll have something that looks like that really captures all of those lovely vines that we were looking for our rainforest pictures as well. And I'm so looking forward to seeing these. So if you've got any photos that you want to share to the Facebook page, please do, because I can't wait to see how yours have all turned out. So that's the first one. I'm literally just going to add in the beads now, just to show you the effect that they create. As I say, I would do the beads separately just because they're a little bit more raised than the string, so you won't necessarily get the string imprint in it. You'll probably get more of the beads. So again, I'm just mixing it all around, having lots of fun. You can already hear that that's going to provide a bit of auditory feedback as well, because the beads are nice and noisy, really. So again, you've got another stimuli going in there. Different sensation again when you run it through your fingers, really almost vibrating sensation, which is really lovely. So do spend some time really exploring those different tactile experiences. Watch for your communication cues as well, because your children will probably communicate to you what they like, what they don't like, and you can do more of the things that they like then, which is really good. So I've added those beads in. I'm just going to do another imprint just so you can see the different effects that you can create. But as I say, I can't stress this enough, it's more about the process than it is about the end result. So really just have loads of fun getting nice and messy with that. So I'm going to just press that on like I have. Make a nice little crackle as well. And that creates a slightly different effect as well. That's it in a nutshell. I really hope you enjoy it and have lots of fun with it and get nice and messy. You want your hands to at least look like this, if not the rest of your body, by the end of it. So happy Monday, enjoy the Monday messy activity, and I will see you on Wednesday. Oh, before I forget, I will put up the resource list now for Wednesday's WOW. It. Have fun with it, comment, subscribe, share away, and have loads of fun, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Thank you, bye.